you're probably looking at $10 to $50 an acre if you're lucky, and that's if you do get a lease. So what happens is, a lot of the times these well results are not released to the public for 6 months. But inside the industry, people know about things. Truck drivers talk about how much oil is being hauled. People within Hellas Energy are talking to their friend over here about how good these wells are. The industry is actually really, really small. It's a really, really small industry. Their friend talks to their friend goes to Manhattan and raises $200 million and finds out that we can go and lease this stuff for $50 to $100 an acre because these people have no clue what's underneath them. That's happening right now. It's been happening for about the last year and a half. When we started, a lot of the clients that signed up with us were very, very close to signing anywhere from $50 to $150 per acre leases. What we did, what PetroValues did, is with our contacts, with our knowledge, and with our valuations, we went out and we found other companies, and we brought other companies into the area to create competition. Just last week, we brought in a company that is currently only talking with PetroValues. They acquired, or they have not closed on it yet, but they have made offers, and those offers have been accepted on approximately, I'd say 3,000 net acres, somewhere around there. These offers are the highest to date in Goshen County, significantly higher than anything that's been offered so far. So in plays like this, where it's very, very new, there's not production for miles and miles, the only way to know you're getting a good lease offer is to have competition. If the only people that is making offers is Longs Peak Resources or Obsidiana, it's not competition. It's whatever their landman has been approved, because he doesn't even know what it's worth. That's the absolute truth. Their landman has no clue what their economics from their executive team, what he's allowed to spend. He's gotten a quota for this quarter of what he can spend on acreage, and he's going to get as much as he can. He's going to go back to his team, and then you're going to give him, okay, instead of offering, let's say, ballpark $450 an acre, okay, go up to $500 an acre, see what you can get. See who's still going to hold out. I don't like that game. I don't like what that does to mineral owners. It doesn't give you a fair value. So what we're doing right now is bringing in new competition to the area, and they've blown a lot of those offers out of the water. So I guess, like I said, even if you're not a client, I know that we have a lot of clients in the room. If you take nothing else away from this discussion, be patient. Be absolutely patient. I know a lot of people are probably skeptical. Well, we're a long ways away from those wells. We're 20, 30, 40 miles away. Keep in mind where we're at, basically where these Hellas wells are at. I'm going to show you something very quickly. Now, this is part of our marketing material. We send this out to thousands and thousands of contacts across the country in the oil and gas industry. This is our own presentation that we put together on your behalf, on our client's behalf. We've done this for a very long time. I'm a geologist. My partner who helped found the company with me, he's a reservoir engineer. This is what we did for a living, was to create blocks of acreage for oil and gas companies, put marketing material together, and sell that to other oil and gas companies. Okay, that's what we did. We started this company to do that for people who don't have that resource. Okay, this map that you're looking at, remember those really good wells that I just told you about? The Hellas Sandberg 1C, that red arrow points right to where that well is located. The Beverly 1C is located right next to it, right there. Phenomenally good wells, very good wells. What this map is showing, this bright yellow area, that's what we call an isopack thickness, or it's just basically a thickness map of the reservoir that they're producing these wells from. The brighter the yellow, the thicker the sand. The darker the color, the thinner the sand, okay? What drives this formation, and I can attest to this, I've drilled probably, in this formation alone, I've drilled probably 60 or 70 horizontal wells in Colorado. I've planned probably close to another 250, 300 wells in Weld County in this formation. What drives the value for the Codell is this exact map, is the thickness map, okay? So I heard people say, well, these wells are great, but it's a long ways from us. We're sitting where my cursor is, and I don't know if you can see that, but right here. So can you guys see that little cross moving there? The best wells that have ever been drilled in the state, there we are in Albin. This map shows where the ideal locations for future wells to be drilled are located. This big blob of yellow sand is where operators are going to start. That's where they're going to rush, and it's happening right now. There's multiple management teams that are focused on picking up as much acreage here as they can. Now they're going to make you believe, they're going to want to convince you, you're 40 miles away from those wells. It's not worth anything. But you better lease with me now, right? Completely contradicting themselves about how bad they want that lease, but it's not worth anything. And in some cases, they're going to be like, well, it's not worth anything, but we want to put permits on it. If you're in the state of Wyoming, that's probably what they're trying to do. Again, contradicting themselves. It's not worth anything, but I'm going to put permits to drill on it, okay? What we started doing, and we did this because we were hired by Chris Koski, who's done an amazing job fighting for mineral owners that are stuck in Anadarko drilling and spacing units. We were hired by Chris Koski to run a valuation, because that's what we've done, that's what we are very good at, for an entire township of Anadarko drilling and spacing units, and how much that's costed to mineral owners and to the state of Wyoming, taxpayers. We presented that in front of the Wyoming Oil and Gas Conservation Commission back in, was it March? Quite a while ago. And something very interesting happened. My partner, who was basically the #1 reservoir engineer for Anadarko Petroleum when he worked for them. He's worked their Algeria assets, he's worked their North Africa assets, he's worked every shale play for them. He was the lead valuation guy for Anadarko. We ran that valuation against Anadarko, and when he went to present that in front of the Wyoming Oil and Gas Commission, they would not let him talk. What that did, though, is it quickly changed the discussion because the governor was in that room. And he said at that moment, we are going to have to change this rule. So previously, what would happen, and what you're looking at is all these orange dots. You can see there's a big line there. See that big line? There's a line in the sand where a lot of the orange stops. That's the Colorado state line. So as soon as you get into Wyoming, here comes a plethora of permits. Most of